The world is angry at what Israel is doing. If you really want to know what Israel is doing for the world, if you really want to know what Jews are doing for the world, then you got to watch this video because it's not what you think. It's much, much worse. It's not just about making the blind see, it's also about making the paralyzed able to walk. Israel's developed an exoskeleton that allows the paralyzed to be able to walk, literally healing sicknesses and removing them from the face of this earth, because Israel is in fact a land which is miraculous. The Bible calls Israel the land of the deer, Eretz HaTzvi. Deer is D-E-E-R, like the animal deer. Why is Israel called the land of the deer? Because when you look at a deer skin, you'll notice that there's something very unusual about it that seems tiny. When the deer is inside of the skin, it fits. But when the deer skin is off the deer, it doesn't fit. And that's the miracle of the land of Israel. As long as the Jewish people are living inside and on the land of Israel, the land expands, the land fits, the land is able to prosper, to thrive, and to flourish. But when the Jewish people are not in the land of Israel, it vomits out its inhabitants. It's horrible. It's an insane and difficult place to live. And that's why when Mark Twain in the 19th century came to visit Israel, the Holy Land, he said, I don't know why anybody wants this land. It's a land of marshes and swamps and mosquito-infested illnesses. This is not a place that the Bible seems to be referring to, because when the Jews are living there, the place thrives. When they're not, it dies. When the Jews are there, the land became a blooming desert. Many people don't know this, but when you talk about a two-state solution, we gave a two-state solution to the Arabs. The Jewish people gave Gaza, all of Gaza, to the Arabs. 18 years before October 7th happened, that's 20 years ago. They gave all of Gaza to the Arabs, and they turned it into a hellhole. Gaza used to be a place which was exporting billions of dollars worth of plants, of vegetation, something called hydroponics. These were plants that were grown not in the earth, but in water. So they were bug-free. And they were very, very good for people that didn't want to have bugs in their food, in their leaves, in their vegetables, in their fruits. Yet when Israel left, the Arabs said that the Jews had poisoned the earth, as if to say nothing could grow anymore. This is a biblical prophecy, that as long as the Jewish people are in the land, they will prosper and thrive. But when they're not in the land, it dies and it turns dark. I was recently in Israel and I went to the Gaza border and I saw it was amazing. On the Israeli side of the border, it's green, it's luscious, it's prosperous, it's thriving. On the Gaza side, it's brown, it's black, it's gray, it's dark, it's dead. And in fact, many of the anti-Semites will speak about how Israel is fighting an unjust war because Israel's economy is thriving more than ever before. Whereas Gaza is drowning and crushing and suffering, as if that's Israel's fault. But this is the gift that God gave the Jewish people, to be a people of miracles who make the desert bloom. We revived the language. Nobody else in history ever revived the language. The language of Hebrew, which was barely spoken and now is spoken by millions of people around the world. The very survival of our nation is a miracle. We've been on the brink of extinction more times than we can possibly imagine in the past 2,000 years, and we're currently facing an enemy that is still trying to exterminate us. Very few, no nation can say that any other nation is trying to exterminate them. They just want their resources. They just want their land. They just want their money. But the Jews, what they want from us is not just that we give them our land. They want us to die. They want us to be exterminated. And that's why anytime somebody says from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, that is a call for genocide. It is a call for the Jewish state of Israel to be free from any Jewish people. They're not calling for a two-state solution. They're calling for a one-state solution where no Jews are allowed to live, because guess what? There are no Jews in Gaza. There are no Jews living in any of the Arab countries like Syria or Iran, or maybe very, very, very tiny communities. But they're not looking at allowing Jewish people to have a two-state solution. They're looking for a one-state solution. And we've been on the brink of extinction more times than we can possibly count. Our survival is a miracle. When you meet a Jew on the street, you're looking at a miracle. You're looking at the promise of God fulfilled. Remember, those who bless you will be blessed, and those who curse you will be cursed, as the biblical promise. The same God who promised that the Jews will survive and has fulfilled that, has promised that those who bless the Jews will themselves be blessed, and those who curse the Jews will themselves be cursed. Make sure that you're on the right side of history.